Hello everyone and welcome to another very beautiful chess game of Bobby Fischer. And in this chess game, Bobby Fischer is playing with the white pieces and his opponent is a player named Ruben Shocron. And this was the sixth memorable chess game of Bobby Fischer. The title for this game is Small Oversight by Bobby Fischer in his book. So this game was one of the must-see chess games of Bobby Fischer for every chess fans. And this game was also played in Mar del Plata in Argentina in 1959. And this game is especially a magnificent chess game by Bobby Fischer. A very instructive and a very beautiful chess game. So Bobby Fischer, who is playing with the white pieces, starts the game with playing e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and then bishop to b5. The Spanish opening, a6, attacking the bishop, bishop to a4, knight to f6, and Fischer castled, bishop to e7. Well, if knight takes on e4, then rook to e1, f5, d3, knight to f6, knight takes on e5. And white is winning, white is much better. Bishop to e7, and Fischer played rook to e1, b5, bishop to b3, d6, c3. So Fischer is preparing to play d4. And also Ruben Shocron castled, h3, knight to a5, saving the bishop, bishop to c2, c5. d4 by Fischer, queen to c7, knight from b to d2, bishop to d7, knight to f1, rook from f to e8, knight to e3, g6, d takes on e5, pawn takes pawn, knight to h2, rook from a to d8. So in this position, Shocron is lining the rook with the queen. So Fischer is avoiding the threat and he played queen to f3, bishop to e6, knight from h to g4, attacking on f6, and Shocron captures the knight, knight takes on g4, and Fischer captures back with the h-pawn, h takes on g4, and then opening the h-file. A very interesting move by Fischer, an aggressive move. So Fischer is hoping to attack on the h-file, and hoping for some attacking opportunities in the future. Queen to c6, g5, knight to c4, knight to g4, and Fischer is preparing to attack on the f6 or h6, so this knight is a very annoying knight. That's why Shocron captured the knight with the bishop, bishop takes on g4, queen takes on g4, knight to b6, g3, c4, king to g2 by Fischer, and preparing to bring the rook on the h1. So Ruben Shocron played knight to d7, rook to h1 by Fischer as planned, knight to f8, b4, queen to e6, queen to e2, not exchanging the queens, a5, b takes on a5, queen to a6, bishop to e3, queen takes on a5, getting back the pawn, a4, rook to a8, a takes on b5, attacking the queen, so queen takes on b5, rook from h to b1, attacking the queen again, queen to c6, rook to b6, chasing the queen, queen to c7, and Fischer played rook from b to a6, doubling the rooks, rook takes rook on a6, rook to c8, queen to g4, knight to e6, bishop to a4, rook to b8, rook to c6, attacking the queen again, queen to d8, and this is the key moment of the game, and Bobby Fischer played a magnificent move. Well, I don't know if you can guess that move, but that move is a move that shows how Bobby Fischer's mind is working, and we can understand the world of Bobby Fischer, how he can calculate very deeply. So in this position, Bobby Fischer plays unexpected move. Well, Fischer played rook takes knight, sacrificing the exchange. And Ruben Shocron was in shock. That was a shocking move for Ruben Shocron. After rook takes on e6, he played queen to c8, not immediately capturing the rook, but pinning the rook. So if moving the rook, queen takes queen. But before showing the magnificent move of Bobby Fischer, let me show you the possible continuation very quickly. So the move comes to mind if f takes on e6, then queen takes on e6, king to g7, queen takes on e5, capturing two extra pawns for sacrificing the exchange. And let me show you a few more moves. So king to f7, bishop to d4. Well, this is completely dead for black. Rook to a8, queen to g7, king to e6, bishop to c6, rook to a5, queen takes on h7, and black is losing. It's incredible. So we can see Bobby Fischer made a very deep calculation and then sacrificed the exchange in a very risky position. So Fischer played rook takes knight, and then we have queen to c8, pinning the rook. Well, if something like rook takes bishop, queen takes queen. So as I told you before, white can't move the rook, but Bobby Fischer played another killer move, and after that move, Ruben Shocron was in shock once again, and then he resigned at move 40. So can you guess the next move of Bobby Fischer? What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? White plays a move and wins on the spot. Well, Bobby Fischer played bishop to d7. So after this move, black resigned, Ruben Shocron resigned. And what a shocking game for Shocron. Well, Fischer is sacrificing the bishop. And if queen takes bishop, then rook takes on g6. That's check, also attacking the queen. H takes on g6, queen takes queen. And black needs to resign. So in this position, if saving the queen, let's say queen to d8, then rook takes on e5. And this is losing. So in this position, white is a piece up. And also white has one extra pawn. So it's impossible for black to win this game after this position. So this is why after Fischer played this magnificent move, bishop to d7, Ruben Shocron resigned. So as you can see, this was an amazing chess game by Bobby Fischer, a very instructive chess game. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.